Okay, I'm under my 2015 Ram 1500 5.7 with the dreaded intermediate shaft issue. I don't have the issue. I'm doing this video kind of as a preventative thing. I do this every once in a while. I've had this truck for many years. What's it, 11 years old now? And so far, I still have a good intermediate shaft. I think it might be because of, is that gonna, it's really hard with the lighting, fluid film. Where the CV joint connects up into the intermediate housing before it goes into the front diff there on a four-wheel drive, of course. There's an intermediate shaft, and the red nozzle is the tube there is pointing to the intermediate shaft that goes down in here, and there's a gear that it turns. There's a little actuator deal. This is the plug for it that engages it or disengages it when you put it in four-wheel drive. But anyway, this is a known issue for these Rams, is that there's no protection here from the elements. As you can see, where the intermediate shaft goes into, where the CV joint connects onto the intermediate shaft. So these rust out. As you can see, a lot of surface rust on here as well. This is an 11-year-old CV shaft that has never been replaced. And I'm just doing this video in case anyone wants to do some preventive maintenance, every oil change or whenever you get a chance to do it, to spray some of this fluid film. As you can see, when you spray it, it kind of sucks in there a little bit. It'll kind of go in. I do it all the way around. And you can actually, I don't know if you can see it on film, but it actually sucks in a little bit. Then the last time I do it, I'll just leave all this here to get more of it to suck in, and then this will provide a protective barrier. It'll kill the rust. It'll prevent water. Some. I mean, it's not going to do an amazing job, I don't think, but I think it does a pretty good preventative job. And preventative or preventive? I think both are acceptable in the English language. Look it up if you care enough. Aftermarket kits, when you do need to buy a new intermediate shaft, get a kit that has the rubber boot. They've developed some rubber boots that slip over the intermediate shaft here and come around over and onto your CV axle area here to kind of have a barrier, a weather barrier, to help prevent some water and junk getting into that. I truly think that you can get a lot more life out of this intermediate shaft if you put some fluid film on it every once in a while. So thought I'd do a quick video on that. Jim Pression's channel likes to do reviews on products, and I love this fluid film. A shop would probably charge about $18,000 to do that job, and you could probably do it for $100 if you buy just the, well, and I wouldn't recommend buying just the intermediate shaft. I would buy a kit that comes with, the new bearings and like I mentioned, a seal for this, so that hopefully that would be the last time you'll have to do it if you get the right kit. I don't know, those kits might be anywhere from $300 to $500. I think a Dorman kit is like $500. I don't know why. I think it comes with the other side, the shaft on the driver's side, that doesn't need to be replaced as often as this. This one's the problem one because of that issue with weather getting in there real easily on this side. I think at least that's been what I've read and my experience of what I've seen other people talking about and all that. So anyway, I feel like I'm rambling at this point, but I'm just doing a lube job down here, and I found a boot that had a rip in it. So I put some grease in there the best I could, and then I put some gasket sealer over the rip in the boot. And I'm gonna have to put a ball joint on here eventually. So I'm just doing a lube job on my truck, and while I'm at it, I'm you know, just kind of cleaning up some things, checking brakes, all that kind of thing. So I took the wheel off just to make it easier. I take the cap off of my Pro Comp upper control arms. These are the ones that have a ball joint, believe it or not. As you can see, there's a boot. A lot of these Pro Comp upper control arms have a uniball, a big old uniball. But because of my 2-inch lift, this had really good articulation, this ball joint. And I imagine that uniball might as well, but these, they just don't, they don't like bind over at all in normal driving. You know, it's obviously down right now because I got the wheel off and it's jacked up from another point. It's not jacked up from underneath here, in other words. And it still looks okay. Imagine how much better it's going to look when it's jacked up. These Pro Comp Pros are awesome. I like the ones with the heavy duty ball joints, and I don't know if they make them still. These are 8 years old and still going wonderfully strong. As you can see, there's a zerk back in there. I just greased it. And on the other side, right over there, another zerk right there. And then if you take that bolt off, you can go through that bolt, but it's easier to take the bolt off and squirt some grease down in there. And yeah, if it was a uniball, I'd put you know, some dry PTFE type of lubricant on it, similar to like a bike chain or something, if it was a uniball. But since it's a ball joint, I put grease in it. Do you grease your stuff? Hopefully you do. A lot of ball joints don't have a zerk fitting on them. These are these do happen to have them. So luckily, I can get my ball joints greased. My tie rod does not have a grease, so I poke a hole in it, you know, with the needle on the grease gun, and then just put some Permatex over the tiny little hole that the needle makes, and at least I can get some grease in there that way. Some people don't grease them at all. I know they're not supposed to be greased. They're just supposed to die, so you have to buy another one. That's what they want you to do. But anyway, this isn't a video about greasing. It was supposed to be a video about taking care of your intermediate shaft. But since I'm talking about greasing, there's the needle I was talking about. And I like this lock and lube end because it's so easy to put something on and off with the lever there. That's why it's called a lock and lube. It actually truly locks onto the zerk fitting because it kind of extends out, and kind of blurry right here, but there we go. You can see that when you pull the lever, it expands just a little bit, and it'll go on the zerk fitting real nice. Anyway, I just love this lock and lube gun. If you're looking to get one, I would definitely consider the lock and lube. But anyway, just out doing a lube job today, and wanted to do that video on the fluid film to give a tip to anyone who wants to try to save their intermediate shaft make it last as long as possible. I think that fluid film works wonders. I mean, mine's still strong as an ox, and it's a 11-year-old pickup with 115,000 miles on it. Rams are wonderful, aren't they? They're nice as long as you take care of them. Lube those suckers up. July 11th is National Lube Your Ram Day. Well, it's not, but I just made that up. All right, hope that helps somebody prevent damage in the future. Have a good day. Jim Pressions over and out.